So I am Narayan from Dexetra and representing the product called Iris. So you might have heard of this. If not, you can read from the reverse. It's Siri. So Iris is basically a product which is basically a voice assistant, which actually lets you interact with your phone with voice. So I felt it's a logical iteration of how you interact with the phone. It starts with first you have text-based user interfaces, then you have GUI, then you have touch-based, now you have voice-based. So I think this is a natural iteration of how you can interact with the device. So I'll just start with some numbers. So we launched in October 19, 2011. That's like a week or a day after Siri launched. And till date we have like 2.5 million users in the Android market. We have over 120,000 reviews by the users, and that's huge actually. And we have answered like 160 million answers till date. That's like the number of answers Jeff Dell would do worldwide, more than that. So that's a number. And if you come to the engagement, since February we have been tracking the engagement as well. Like we handle 230K users on a weekly basis. On weekend, and each user spend 8.5 minutes with the app. And on weekends it even goes up. And users ask 17 questions per session. And this question can be anything from just chit chat, like saying I'm so bored, and I just keep talking to the user in a casual manner, or it can be questions on facts, or it can be questions on science, can be philosophy, anything. And I will just start and just give you an inspiration of 5 stars now. So I will basically start as a Siri competitor. It was like it happened as a hackathon. It happened in 8 hours. When Siri got launched and everybody was talking about Siri, we were doing Android development, so we thought, okay, we can also do this. It's not a big deal. And we came with a crude version, and we really started as a very crude app. We, aggressively add a lot of features, like something that even Siri doesn't have. Like you can directly post messages to Facebook, Twitter. You can get movie reviews. You can get song lyrics. You can get recipes. You can get anything. I mean, pretty much we've been adding dozens of applications. With this app. And if you take a glance, like these are the features that it has. It has knowledge engine powered by Chacha, which includes engines like Wolfram Alpha and Wikipedia and many sources. So you can ask about philosophy, you can ask about geography, you can ask about chemistry, physics, math, anything. And it can do a dozen of local services. Like I can ask, show me near the Chinese restaurant, or who killed Abraham Lincoln. So totally unrelated questions you can ask and answer you. You can also do phone actions, like I can just say call my friend, or call my dad, call my mom, or send a text message to my brother saying I'm going to be late for the meeting today. So all these things you can do. So typically we can live with a phone which doesn't have a display. And according to the Vision Research report, we are the world's largest independent, that's the private, voice assistant company in the world. So first is Google and Nuance. So these are obviously public traded companies. Apart from them, we are the largest across the platforms like Android, iOS, whatever. And we also have a RESTful API so that other developers can also build apps on top of Iris. So that tomorrow, if a guy wants to build an app which will give you a solution for a differential equation, he can just plug into our API and he can build that, and people can use that from Iris. So, just rehashing this, like we have answer machine supported by Chacha, we have this integration, you can play videos, you can do music reviews, you can get talk quotes, you can get song lyrics, horoscopes, you can search nearby, a lot of things, generally whatever you can think of with different applications. And how is it different from Siri? People like, initially, even though it's, tongue-in-cheek referred to Siri, it's not just a Siri clone, because Iris works globally. For example, if you use Siri in India, generally you don't get any answers because it's not optimized for the Indian accent first place. It does not have any local information for the Indian geography. Not just Indian geography, apart from US and UK, I guess it's not available for any other geography. But this is a global product. And we have an API, which helps other developers to build. It's not a closed platform. It's not a walled garden. It's a place where anybody can build an API on top of it. And Siri works only on the top end iPhone, like iPhone 4S, which is like 45,000 rupees. And I just takes an MB of memory. It can work on any small Android phone, and it can work on any geography. It can work on any accent, multiple languages. And we're also building it for different platforms like Windows Phone, Bada, etc. And it can do a lot of other services that Siri cannot do. And we are also building capability onto Iris where you can do actions like booking tickets, reserving tables, etc. And so this is a basic comparison between that. Now this is a milestone. So we have been the top trending app in the Android market for about a month. We have been adding a lot of users. We have get a lot of ratings. So just the numbers again. Now, so Iris, as I told you, is not just a single standalone application. It's an application that is a platform, so that others can also build tools on top of it. So we released an API which is available to any person. So it's not restricted to Android platform. Say you are a developer who is working on an entirely different platform. You want to control a thermostat at home with Iris. You can just get your developer documentation. You can create an application and control your own device. For example, you can control remote control car using some voice commands. You can control your home security with a voice command. So we have just totally, decoupled the technology from the use case. Now what's next? So we are already branded as Aisha in India. So we have a total Aisha branded phone which has been taking over for the last few months. We are having multiple partnerships with different vendors as well. We also have some operator partnership outside India where this will be exclusively available on their app stores, and this is going to be launched very soon. And the biggest thing is we will be one of the first 100 apps that's going to launch in Windows 8. Windows is the platform that's coming on, and you can imagine like there are 160 million users at the first day of launch are going to download this, and Iris is going to be one of the apps that will be on the desktop, and you can just do a control space and ask questions rather than searching the Google or anything. It becomes a part of the desktop of Windows 8, the largest ever desktop operating system has come. So that's the roadmap, and that's about it.
Very cool, thank you. Can we take some questions? You have one?
Yeah, all right. So I think very interesting actually what you've got. Is it speaker independent obviously?
Yeah, of course.
But you also have a speaker dependent element where you can actually train it to become a lot more. What's the effective rate? What's the hit rate and success rate?
It varies from place to place. For example, 42% of our users comes from US. So that's a pretty good hit rate there, like over 90%. And then it comes to Europe. Europe we have Spain, France, and UK. We do a lot of non-English speaking accents. But we use Google's engine for the voice to text conversion. So that's very, very effective. And even in India, if I say names like Narayan, Rahul, Kiran, it recognizes. So the biggest challenge for us was to identify proper nouns. For example, the words like must calendar. It's not in the dictionary, so they probably won't understand the word. So we built a big, huge database of proper nouns across the world from the failed queries. So when we had 1 million queries, we had like 30 million failed queries. So we tracked those down and we found what are the proper nouns people are using, and then we use our error correction algorithm which will actually kind of understand what this word is. So if in India if you say must calendar, probably it will take that word.
So you've got English basically covered for possible. Yeah. What other languages do you cover?
We only cover English, but variations of that. That is also
but have you done geographic customization, say, to regions?
Yeah, that is proper
local dialects and local, sort of.
We do the proper nouns. So the proper noun is the biggest thing because when you say call Kiran, so if it doesn't take, it's a big problem. So we focus on proper nouns. So when I say I want to go to the nearest dhaba, it's to understand dhaba is a restaurant. So these kind of words we take, but we don't actually parse a new language altogether. But the grammar itself is a big thing to do.
Any other questions?
Can individuals also train this to their own voice and accent? On my phone, can I train it to understand me much better?
We especially don't have a feature like that, but I presume that that's not required because it's training even your conversation is getting trained. So if you talk to Iris in such a way that you're teaching her new words, new phrases, it understands that and it already uses to the next user. So it's learning all the time.
What is your roadmap for Iris? I mean, you are really big and nobody's ever heard of you. So, I mean, I'm sure you must be having some plan about what you want to do with it.
So, Iris has interesting question because Iris doesn't happen by an accident because we're building something much, much bigger than Iris called Friday. So Friday is, it's much bigger than this, which actually sits on your phone and it captures all the information that's happening with your life. For example, you're making a call to a person, you're going to a place, you're listening to, so it captures all these things. It captures the whole life of your, life. And you can ask like, show me the call which I got when I was eating a burger yesterday in McDonald's. It will show you, this is the person who called you. So that's the overarching product you're building. So I just took a piece of that. So I naturally fits into this roadmap of Friday.
Great, yeah. Thanks.
Any other questions? We've got time. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we've still got a little bit of time. If anybody has any questions for any of the presenters, we can take them now. All right. I guess we're done. Do you want to close this?
Okay, yeah, just maybe a few remarks then, very general ones. I think we went through some very interesting presentations and slightly a little bit of what I was originally talking in my opening remarks, which was kind of a little bit more visionary and futuristic, but I think we're heading in that direction. We've seen SMS as a very key channel, obviously, for emerging markets. It's about optimizing for the go-to-market. I think multi-channel, social media being used very heavily. Speed, time to market is very critical. It's about user stickiness and the wow factor. I think keeping that alive is very, very important. And the attention spans are reducing. So where do you get the right elements of your apps to be discovered in the right manner? Deep customization and personalization, so that micro-segmentation point is very, very important, I think. And I think what we're seeing is obviously this entry level of smartphones which are entering the market. So that's going to change. And I think what we hear about the natural user interface, the human HNI to moving into the NUI space from, for example, like Iris, getting a lot more local context and hyper-local information is going to be the need of the hour. And so I think a very exciting time coming in the future. Thank you.
Madan, do you want to add your observations?
How big is your team? Yes. And you?